Hello everybody, thanks for joining me back today. Today I'm going to do a survival knife shootout here for you, or comparison. Not really putting them to the test against each other, but just to help you guys be more informed about some of the options that are out there that you might choose to rely on for your survival, for be it camping or bug out bag or anytime you go into the woods really. So anyway, this episode goes out to my Uncle Kenny, mainly because every holiday event I see him, he's got at least 3 knives on him like all the time. So he loves knives and he likes my YouTube videos. So thanks for watching. Okay, so I have a bit of a selection here for you. I'll just start from top to bottom. Biggest to smallest here. Now, in my opinion, when choosing a survival knife, you're looking for a knife that's going to serve your purpose, not fail in whatever task you have. You may have to rely upon it for your life. If you're caught in the woods, if you're on a camping trip and something happens, you need to find food. You may need to hunt with it. You may need to create a shelter with it. You may need to carve sticks for bushcraft, whether it's to hang a pot over a fireplace or to any number of tasks. Clean a wound, or it could be anything. But you may need to rely on a knife for all these things, and you want it to work for you and serve your purpose in that task. So no one knife, I think, will serve all those tasks. Chopping firewood, also one of the big things that a knife is good for. No one knife will serve all those tasks. So anything you pick, if it's one knife that you're picking, will be some kind of a compromise. So some people say, oh no, you need this one. Oh no, this is the one you gotta have. And well, each knife isn't going to do everything well. So we'll show you what we have here, and then I'll show you my personal choice on what I prefer to carry. There's no real right answer here. Okay, so start off the machete. Machete is a big knife. It's designed for swing. Since it's so long, you're going to get a very fast head speed, and this is mainly designed for clearing brush out of your way where there's no paths. They use this in jungle areas a lot because there's so much growth that there's very little paths to get through, and you can get a really high swing speed. These are normally very inexpensive. I'd say $20, $25, and you got yourself a machete. This is a Gerber Machete. This is actually a friend's. He's probably got 6 different machetes, and this one's his favorite. So it's not very expensive, but it's got a nice rubberized grip. Uses this for clearing brush and stuff around his yard. And then you do have the saw back on it, so you can chop through tree limbs. This would be good for blazing trails, for getting through heavily grown areas. I believe this would also be good for processing firewood. So with the saw back, you can saw logs off, and you'd be good there. A lot of power with this blade. Obviously, it's not going to be that great at the dinner table. So some people think machete is the all-around survival knife. There's a lot of areas, rainforest areas and stuff, where they would use something like that. But anyway, let's move on to some other ones here. Here we have, this is a club of a knife. This thing is 1.5 pounds, really thick, heavy blade. It just says J. Adams 1997 on it. This thing looks like it was made by a company that makes tanks. I don't know, it's super heavy. Something like this, one good thing about it, if you get trapped in the woods for like 5 years, this thing will still last you. You could build a log cabin with this thing. It's so much steel, a lot of heavy steel. Chopping, it's going to be great for chopping, so splitting wood, making a fire, making a shelter, this would work great for that. Some of the more delicate tasks and Bushcraft where you need to carve sticks, it's not going to be as delicate for that. But that thing's bomb-proof, so if you want a knife that'll last, that's one of them that'll probably do it. Not sure what steel it's made out of, though. It doesn't actually say, so I'm guessing some kind of high carbon steel. Okay, then we have, this is one everybody probably knows, the K-Bar Usmc fighting knife. Leather stacked handle. It's got good grip to it. They've probably sold a billion of these. These were GI issue for a long time. I'm not sure if they are right now. This particular one has what they call a fuller, not a blood groove like some people call it. It's called a fuller. It's not designed to let blood out at all. It's actually designed to remove weight from the heaviest part of the blade, and it's also designed to stiffen the blade up. So this actually adds torsional stiffness to the blade. This one's made in Olean, New York. This one is actually pretty rare because it has a sharpened backside on it here. It looks like it came from the factory like that too, so that's kind of weird because I don't know that they have any right now. This one is a little limited. It has a full tang, but it has a very small tang that comes through the bottom. I have seen you don't really want to hammer with this because the end can pop off, but a lot of military guys love this knife because it's what they used in the Corps. And nobody gets between a Marine and his K-bar. All right. Next up, this is a very popular knife. This is also made by K-Bar. This is very popular with the survivalists and the prepper guys that put together bug out bags and stuff like that. If you're to carry one tool into the woods with you, and you might have to rely on it for your survival, this is probably what I would bring if it's just one tool. It's got a really nice sheath, nice Kydex sheath here. It's very stiff in there. This thing is a club also. This is the Becker BK2. Really thick blade, really thick. It has full tang all the way through to the bottom, so you can hammer with it. You can, I think if you got a deer in a headlock, you could probably just bludgeon him to death with it. If you need to eat, of course. We don't need to do it just because he was looking at you funny. It has a blade so thick, it's very stout. It's so thick that you don't even have to worry about breaking your tip. You can shove this into a log, hit it on the back, and drive it right through like it's a wood splitter. Very, very strong knife. Very high carbon steel. Got a nice edge on it. For chopping tasks, this is going to be a great knife because it's got a really good handle. Finger guards really on both ends, so your hand's not going to slide up or down the knife. So you can chop at wood and use it like kind of like a lightweight axe. So that is another one. A lot of guys use this, and if you really like leather craftsmanship, Hedgehog Leatherworks makes an awesome sheath for this. It's probably about, I don't know, 5 times as much as the knife itself, but the sheath is awesome. So this one's real stiff. It locks in there. It's not going anywhere. You actually have to pull and push with your thumb to get it out of here. Then you have a strap on the back to lock it in. Basic belt loop mounting here. Okay, here's a really cool one. This is actually my favorite sheath on a knife that actually comes with the knife, if that makes any sense. Not an aftermarket sheath. This is a Puma Bowie. Has a nice secure snap here. These are made from German steel, Solingen, Germany, I believe. Puma. This one actually has the stag handle, So this is actual elk horn here. Very nice, extremely sharp blade, very sharp. Now we do have the finger guard here. We have a lanyard hole, so you could lash this to a stick and use it as a spear. Same with a few of these. The BK2 has a lanyard hole. This giant club, which I don't even know what brand that is, has one, and so does this one. But that's a good feature if you actually anticipate ever needing to use it as a weapon, as a spear, so you can lash it to a spear and it won't slide up or down on you. This steel is extremely hard. It's very high Rockwell hardness. They actually test it for Rockwell hardness. If you can see that on there, not sure if you can or not, but they actually have a little dent on each one, little dent from the Rockwell tester, so you know that every single one was tested. This is extremely sharp. This is actually quite a bit lighter, so I think we're around half a pound, around 8 ounces or so with this one. So it's very easy to carry. You can carry it anywhere. Leather belt loop. The knife will hang below your belt, so it's not going to interfere with your side or anything. So it's comfortable to carry. Be great for cutting tasks. It'd be great for cleaning game or fish. Very sharp. That edge is going to last you a long time too. So excellent choice, I would think. Where you're going to be limited is in your chopping tasks. There's not a lot of weight here, so you're not going to chop down a tree with this. It would take forever. But you have a decent enough spine here that I think you could baton through wood. You could, hit with another stick to split wood with it.